afternoon. I'm going to be working on 8.4, so I'm doing the notes and I'll go over a couple of the example problems. So for 8.4, so hello everybody. So we're working on 8.4, which is all about purchasing a home. Today is the 26th is when I'm recording it. And our essential question, how can you purchase a home? Okay, so that's buying a home is one of the major purchases that most people have. So buying a home, buying a car, those are very large purchases that people do. So reoccurring costs that we have, those are costs that, so reoccurring means that they keep happening. Okay, so they occur on a regular basis. So examples of that is the mortgage payment, so your monthly mortgage payment, your homeowner's insurance, taxes, and utilities. So those are examples of reoccurring costs. So examples of non-reoccurrence, so one-time cost. So non-reoccurring examples, so one time. Okay, so examples of that would be moving, closing, so you have to pay for closing the loans, and any deposits that you have to make. Like sometimes SRP requires you to pay a deposit. When we talked about renting an apartment, they have you pay a deposit. Okay, so earnest money. So what earnest money is, so that is saying, so it's money that you put down. So it's money that you put down to show, okay, that you're serious about purchasing that home. So the minimum is $1,000, so you have to put down at least $1,000. Okay, so earnest deposit. So you put down that $1,000 or more while it's going through the closing process. So there you have like an inspection being done, everything else is being done. Origination fee, so that's for the loan. Okay, so that's the loan application fee. So the loan application fee. Okay, so when you have a title, so you can have a title for your car, by the way, too, everybody. So your car title means that you own that car, okay? It's the legal claim to the property. So while you have a car loan or a mortgage, the title is going to be the name of the bank that's you have your loan through. And then once you pay off that loan, then the title will be transferred to you. So then the car would be in your name, okay? So points, so remember we talked about this with points. So that was with taxes, with our Schedule A. So those are extra fees. Okay, so each point is 1% of your mortgage loan amount. So points, extra fees. Each point is about 1%, okay, of the loan amount. And we have that on Schedule A for taxes. When you have your loan, okay, so immediately when you sign the papers for your home, they're going to start charging the interest. And the bank is not going to pay that. So that is going to be included in your closing costs, or so the interest, so prepaid interest. So the interest starts building right when you sign that paperwork and get the keys to the house. Or when you buy your car, that interest starts right away. Okay? And you'll receive the keys. Okay, so interest starts right at the start of that month. Okay? Okay, so prepaid interest. Okay, so interest starts building at the start of the month. Okay? And what we were just talking about with the prepays, at the closing amount due to cover from the closing date to your first payment, to your first mortgage payment. Okay? Okay, so let's do an example of that, everybody, how to calculate the prepaid interest. So let's say that you close on June 10th. So that means you're going to sign the papers and receive your keys for your house on June 10th. Okay, and it's a 20-year loan. Of $133,000. So this would be for your townhouse or condominium. Okay, and you are paying 5 2/2500% annual percentage rate. By the way, the rates, they so far have been going down, so the rates would be lower than that. And what we want to know is how much would you expect to pay in prepaid interest? Okay, how much should you expect to pay in prepaid interest? Because you're budgeting, figuring out how much money you need to have. Expect to pay in prepaid interest. So you want to know how much money you have. Just so you know, there's a lot of programs to help people with buying a home. So you can definitely get help to buy your first home. Okay, so we look at, so the 30th, okay, so June 30 days has September, April, June, and November. So June has 30 days. So 30 minus 10. So we have 20 days. Okay, and how we're going to figure this out, so it's going to be the loan amount times the percent divided by 365, because we have 365 days in a year, times the number of days left in the month. Okay, so that's the formula that we're going to use for this, everybody. So we're going to do that. So we're going to do the loan amount, so the 133,000, so 130,000 times the percent as a decimal, so 0.0524, divided by 365 times 20 days. Okay, and we get $373.97. So that is how much money we are going to have for prepaid interest. Let's do another example of this one, everybody. Okay, so let's say, so this is A, this is B. So let's say, so you're going to buy, it's a 510,000 home. You're buying a big house at 7 2/2500%. Okay. Closing on September 6th. Okay. So everybody remember, so 30 days has September, April, June, and November. And once in a while there's a leap year. We must all try to remember. Yes, that's a song from junior high choir. Okay, so I know you missed me singing to you. So we're going to go 30 minus 6. So that's going to be 24. Okay, so we're going to use our formula up here. Everybody see our formula, so we're going to use that. So we're going to go ahead and put it in. So 510,000 times our interest rate is a decimal. Okay, so remember, drop the percent sign and we go to left, add the decimal and the 0. So 0.0725 divided by 365 days in a year times 24. Remember, everybody, we're doing this. You can definitely do this in decimals. So, I'm going to say use decimals. So just make sure that you put the parentheses in so that it multiplies first. Okay, you have to have these parentheses in, so it multiplies first before it divides by 365 days. Okay, so check your answer, everybody. So the prepaid interest on this one, I'll write it down here, is going to be $2,431.25. Okay, so check your answer, everybody. Got the same thing. Okay, let's continue on. Okay, so we're still working on with purchasing a home, everybody. So I'm still on 8.4. Today is the 26th, 2020. Remember I said that we would be using the percent increase and decrease? Well, we're going to be using that right now. Remember we did that back in chapter 2 with the markup percentage. So we're going to use that. So what we want to figure out is what percent went towards principal of your mortgage payment and what percent went towards interest. Okay. So let's say that your mortgage payment is $834 per month for your mortgage. Interest, so how much you pay in interest, everybody, is $621. And just so you know, hopefully if you're watching those Khan Academy videos, you'll see as you keep paying on your mortgage, more of it will go towards the principal, which is the loan amount, and less is going towards the interest. Okay, so those videos are to help supplement what we're working on. Okay, so how we figure this out, everybody. So remember, everybody, it's a difference divided by the mortgage payment times 100. Difference, everybody remember, means to subtract, so 834 minus the 621. The mortgage payment is 834 times 100 to get the percent. Okay, and I got 25 and 5/10%. Okay, so that's to figure out the principal. So that's for principal. So what percent went towards the principal? Okay, and then we want to know what percent went towards interest of our mortgage repayment. So what percentage of our mortgage payment went towards interest? So we have the $621 divided by 834 times 100, and we get $74. $74. 74 and 5/10%. Okay, so you could do it like that. You could also subtract. So 100 minus the percent of the mortgage payment that went towards interest. So the 25 and 5/10. And we should get 74 and 5/10. And everybody, just so you know, it'll be approximate because when we round, right, that's going to make it so it might not exactly add up to 100%. Okay, so another way to figure out, so let's say that you have a loan. Okay, so you're buying your condominium or townhouse, and it's $130,000 at 5 and 2/2500% annual percentage rate, and it's going to be a 20-year mortgage. Okay, 20-year mortgage. So what we're going to have, so we have that amount. Okay, so the formula is interest is equal to the principal times the rate divided by 12. Okay, so we just substitute it in. So 130,000 times, remember everybody used decimal, so 0.0525 divided by 12. Okay, and everybody, that will give us how much interest went towards principal. So yeah, that first month's payment, $568.75 went towards principal. Okay, so that's the question for this. So how much of the first month's payment will go towards interest? Okay. So $568.75 will go towards interest. That's the way we could figure that out. Okay, part of something else when you buy a home is you have to do, I already talked about a little bit, but the closing cost. So for closing costs, the range that we're going to have, everybody, so closing cost range okay, so it's going to be between 2% and 7%. Okay, of the home purchase price and it's the full amount, okay? So when I say full amount, because you will see we also calculate if we are putting down a deposit, you would deduct that amount. But when you're figuring out closing costs, we use the full amount, okay? So let's say let's say that you're buying a home and it's going to be for 220,000, okay? And you put down 20%, okay? So remember everybody, so for closing cost range, okay, so it's going to be 220,000 times 2% as a decimal, so 0.02. So we get 4,400, okay? And then we also do the 7% as a decimal, so 0.07. So I get 15,400, okay? So for our closing cost range, so everybody, the range is 4,400 to 15,400.